Finchley Gully 1713, South Belgrade 128, Heathmont 9660, East Burwood 3119, Templestowe and Ringwood 4529, Templestowe 2517, and Scoresby 8452 to the Basin 2416.
So the game back underway, and it's Doncaster with possession of the ball, but taken out nicely there. Good strong contest by Clydesdale, but he's wrapped up by Liardi. And we'll have a ball up almost in the middle of the ground, just almost where we had the ball up just a couple of seconds ago. Up it goes. There's the tap. Once again, it's Haig. I don't know how many hit-outs he's had today. He's had about 1 million, I think, as the ball comes down, and it's Farley who gets it forward. But going back, this might go through. It's bouncing around, and in the end, it just...
it's a goal.
It is a goal. It is a goal. Yeah, strange old kick forward. And running back there, desperately trying to get a hand on it, was Josh Bush. Let's watch the replay. And it was Bush. He knew what was going through. He was trying to get a touch.
Number 18.
No,
number 8 it was. It was Josh Bush, and he couldn't quite get there, so it's gone through. So a great start for the Whitehorse Pioneers, just the start they would have wanted, and they have the first goal of this third quarter.
Yeah, good goal by Farley. Long and direct. That was the thing. Finally, Whitehorse won a clearance in the centre and went straight down the middle.
Well, an improvisational goal brings Whitehorse its first major on the board, and can they gain some confidence out of that? Back in the centre, clearance one again through the Pioneers. Running through is Charles Fawn. Haven't seen too much of him this afternoon. Gleed, a couple of tackles there from Donvale will reach possession for them. Coming over the top of the ball, attacking it hard was Haig. Got the hand pass out, still at ground level. Rosa breaks a tackle, gets the looping hand pass over the top. Didn't really have a target in mind. Snapping around the corner was Clydesdale for Whitehorse inside 50, but no one home, and the Vales can clear it from centre half back. Long ball in the direction of Coughlin, who's been magnificent on centre wing this afternoon. He takes it from that position, looks towards right half forward. No target intended there. Trying to break through is Duclos. He was dispossessed. Chance now for Donvale. Kick inside 50, and the mark has been taken by Nick Murphy, who's been prominent all afternoon on that forward line. He can go back 40 metres out directly in front and have a shot at goal.
When you miss the target, Alana, Donvale just make you pay, and they've done that all afternoon.
Yeah, it was really good precision kicking from half back through to the wing, and then Coughlin, I think he was trying to set it up there for Hagen. The wind took it, but to get it back again and then hit the target, it was really good.
Well, Nick Murphy in the meantime has hit the woodwork, so a minor score. And Donvale move on to 7-8-50. They lead Whitehorse 1-3-9 at the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Early going third term.
So the Whitehorse Pioneers bring it out through Blytheman. They've got the advantage of the wind in this third quarter, as they did in the first quarter. Didn't use it. Let's see what happens. They haven't started too badly, though. Ball on the ground going into the contest, but it's been taken up beautifully by Leibout. Leibout gets it on the... and it's been sent forward now. Can someone get on the end of this? Bobbling over the top. Here's an opportunity now as they get the kick forward inside 50. But Purcell was there, but he couldn't get to it, and it's nicely picked up there by Connell. And Connell is flattened on the ground, and he's got Tracuja on top of him, and we'll have a ball up.
Probably a bit unlucky not to get a free kick there, because he was all over him.
In fact, it was Webb rather than Connell. Here's the throw. Good hit out by Duclos, gets to the front spot, and looks like we've got another free kick or
ball up.
Another ball up.
Unfortunately, there was an Academy Award there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just thought he was going to milk that for all it was worth.
So going into the ruck that time was Murphy. Unusual for him as the ball has come out. It's fallen. Here's an opportunity now as it's nicely chipped across half back, but it's going to be cut off quite comfortably there by Clydesdale. Players screaming for the ball. Clydesdale, can he find a target? He goes across the field towards that side where a lot of the ball has been for much of that first half, and the mark is taken. Now the next kick, this is the one that will test them as they go inside the 50, but it's a poor kick, and it's cut off easily there by Jones. And Donvale once again bringing it. Just that last kick letting them down at times as Jones chips it across half back. Nicely taken, the mark by Sutherland, Matty Sutherland. Goes long on the right boot, hoists it down that... going in there strongly, and the mark, no, it wasn't taken. Haig thought it was a mark, but it was a play on, says the umpire. Khan gets it forward. Nice mark there by Thorne. Charles Thorne turns around, decided to he was going to go, but he decided to stop. Was going to pull the trigger, but held off. Once again, the slow transition to Whitehorse Pioneers, and that's a shocking kick, and it's been cut off easily. And Donvale will
cut him
bring it
up
out
through the guts here.
Yep.
That's
a lovely kick too, and it finds Angeli. Angeli goes down the line, looking for a target, bobbling around there. Beautifully taken there by Grocott. And now the ball has been a beautiful play, and it's Murphy again. Grocott it was, he got the initial ball and he got it off to Murphy. And Nicholas Murphy gets goal number 4 for the afternoon. And once again, just poor play by the Pioneers. They turned it over, and Nick Murphy never misses an opportunity. But it's a lot of credit to Grocott, the great play from him.
Lana, you just hit the nail right on the head. As soon as they took control and possession of the ball on the turnover, they hurt the Pioneers.
They certainly did, and it was just another really, really nice kick from half-back out to that wing, and the ball placement again was really, really good for Grocott, but it just held up a little bit too much in that win. But the fact that he could get the ball out and out to Murphy was a really, really good play.
So Murphy's fourth goal brings the quick reply for Donvale, leading by 47 points. Back in the middle, Duclos won the tap, but it's Donvale with the clearance once again. They have the ground level ball covered this afternoon. Belch had a couple of touches of the fumbles, but he did paddle it forward to their advantage, and Donvale will have a stoppage at centre half forward, and they certainly are attacking with force in this third term. So set in motion again. Duclos winning the tap. The Pioneers will eventually gain the clearance. The kick was partially smothered from Ryan, but Donvale have the chance deep inside their forward line. Great evasion there from Purcell. Snap around the corner, hits the padding of the post. Only a minor score. So Donvale 8-9-57 lead Whitehorse 1-3-9 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard early going third quarter.
Gee, he showed the skills of a ballerina there, Purcell. Pirouetted beautifully. Unfortunately,
Barishnikov.
Yeah. Just couldn't.
Tell you what, I can't talk, but he doesn't exactly have the body of a ballerina. So Trakuju pits it out on that far side. Nice work by Khan. Gets it over the top. Here's a guy now with Batako. That's Damien Batako, of course, the two Batako brothers. Padbury hasn't had a lot of the game so far today. Well, good tackle put on there by Onliardi as the ball spills out, but in the end it's been reclaimed, and we'll have a ball up.
Just going back to Purcell, though, I really wouldn't want to have to play on him if I was a backman, because he might be a little bit bigger of stature, but he's certainly very, very fast and agile. So he's really hard to match up on, as you just saw then. He turned that defender inside out rather easily.
He is, yeah, big man, very physical he is too, Jack Purcell. As the ball goes up, and Haig is there with Duclos. They've had a terrific battle today. The tap down, and it ball bursting away from the pack. Here's an opportunity now for Donvale. The kick forward, can it find a target? It's not the greatest of kicks in the world. Going across there and looking for it was Hockey. And he will chip it across. In fact, he's kicked it out of bounds.
He lost his footing there on that occasion as he tried to kick it. Slipped on the back heel.
Shocking kick.
So plenty of time there, Hockey. He should have done better there, but he's put his team under pressure as the ball comes in. Getting to the front spot there was Duclos. Duclos with the tap, and it's down the line. And going in there looking for it was Khan. He's had a fair game, Khan, as he gets tackled across there on the far side. And the ball is once again out of bounds.
Him and Chris McDougall are clearly Whitehorse's best two players at the moment.
Without doubt.
They don't seem to have the depth, do they, Whitehorse, to the extent that Donvale have across the board.
No.
So ball in, centre wing position, western side of Donvale Reserve, where the wind is certainly favouring that area of the ground. A stoppage from the ruck contest, ball in dispute, no one can extricate it from the pack. Eventually it falls out the back towards the corridor, where it's taken away there by Grocott, and Donvale can move it forward. A high rain-making ball towards centre half forward. Great mark by Ryan. Had to dispose of his opponent and then take the mark on the second bite as he was falling down. One of the marks of the day.
Yeah, put that one down.
Chris Ryan looking to the corridor. It was a shocking kick. I think the Donvale player, did he play on that occasion? It's going to come back. Let's head boundary 25. Side.
Bit stiff.
Contender for Brash's blazer.
Gee, that blazer's getting a run this season, isn't it?
Yeah, how was your E and B and JB at halftime, BWS?
Rosa kicks towards the outer wing. Sutherland.
That's why I'm talking in acronyms.
Talking in riddles at the moment. Jones, centre wing, northern side of the ground. Again, the ball in dispute. Whitehorse can't get a clear possession away. Clydesdale's hand pass partially smothered. Eventually it ricochets back to Ward. Hacks it towards left half forward. Here's a genuine scoring chance. Travascus shoots towards goal. It's on target. And Whitehorse have their second on the board. They move on to 2-3-15, trailing Donvale 8-9-57. A bit of life into the Whitehorse fans early in this third term.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need. We need Whitehorse to be a little bit more positive, you know, with their play, and they've kicked 2 goals in this quarter, so it's good signs for them, but they need a lot more.
They do need a lot more, that's fair to say, as we get the ball back into the middle of the ground, but you've got to start somewhere, and Whitehorse have made a good start to this quarter, 2-1 so far, but it's a long way back as the umpire finally gets the ball. He's taking his time to get it back in the middle, but the big boys getting themselves set up. It goes. Duclos goes in there, but it's Haig who gets the hit out. Nice work by him. comes back inside, and once again it's the Donvale side that are on the, and Haig has it again, turns around, but the whistle's gone. And we've got a free kick, an off-the-ball free kick by the looks, and it'll be Liardi who will take it. Gets onto that right foot, pumps it forward. Can he find a target?
Great kick. That was a great
beautiful kick, and taken by Purcell, who hasn't had his busiest day today, but he's got an opportunity to go back and kick his second goal.
He was never ever not going to get that pass there, was he, Lana? Regardless of whether, you know, he was either going to take the mark or he was going to get a free kick. It was a real win-win situation there for Donvale.
Exactly. The kick was absolutely pinpoint perfect. And the defender just got nervous because he knew that he was going to be outrun by Purcell, so he thought, I'll just grab onto him instead and hope that he doesn't get seen.
Jack Purcell's got a bit of an angle to deal with. It sends it on its way. Umpire's having a look, and I think it's through. So Jack Purcell picks up goal number 2 for him today. And that margin is once again extended. It's out to 48 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, well, it's, you know, 2 goals each in this quarter. So, unfortunately, you know, Donvale have done everything right with when they're not kicking with the breeze. And, you know, it almost seems like that 3-4 minute patch in the in red time in the first quarter has really put an exclamation point on this game, I feel.
And I think it might have been, McCormack that kicked that ball to Purcell, not Liardi, so I do apologise.
Great strength and accuracy from Purcell. Gives Donvale further breathing space as it's in the middle, a bit of a scrimmage. Wignell got the hand pass out, but it's taken the loose ball, set upon by Duclos. Sends a high ball towards centre half forward. The Flyers come out. Eventually a good tackle affected there by Webb at ground level for the Pioneers. Forces a stoppage, and we'll have a bounce at centre half forward for Whitehorse. Let's head boundary side.
Whitehorse look a lot more dangerous when they get the ball in nice and quick. The last couple of quarters they've been a bit stagnant going in forward 50 and allowed Donvale to set up. Their last 2 goals have just been quick kicks inside 50.
Well, it was a good tackle affected by Tippett. The umpire didn't pay holding the ball. Bush is also claimed by a couple of Pioneers, and we'll have yet another bounce. Certainly Whitehorse moving it a lot more direct in this quarter, and finding space through the corridor as well has certainly helped their cause.
Tell you what, it go down real nice, Lana, a nice cup of coffee, I reckon.
Oh, you reckon that if they could hear us, they might be nice enough to bring us a coffee over?
Well, I mean, we are giving them a free plug, so, you know.
I've heard it's delicious too.
I'm sure you'd say that.
It's the Donvale side who have the ball at the back and an opportunity to bring it out now.
I'll have 2 sugars in mine.
Me too. I mind you, a caramel latte. I don't need any sugars. As the kick comes out, but it's cut off nicely by Charles Thorne. But it's straight back to Donvale. It's a scrubby old kick down the line, but it's Donvale who still have it. But once again, it's, I'll tell you what, it's bobbling around like a banana. Well, actually, not a banana, it doesn't really bobble, but Wignell in here. I haven't seen too many bobbling bananas. Now it's in towards... That's the one, that's what I'm thinking of. Now it's Liardi who takes it away. He's been good, Liardi. Now he gets a great return pass, and Liardi's got tons of space there, but he looks around, not a lot of options. He goes infield, finds Wignell, and now it goes towards the...
Here we go again.
And this beautiful mark by Purcell. He had Blythman on him, but he just threw him out of the way like a rag doll. Big man Purcell, of course, and he's got that strength, hasn't he, as the ball comes in. Beautiful kick, and great work by Purcell.
One thing's for sure, I think Whitehorse are really missing that other key forward today in Dalglish, because you know, you can really tell this is where Purcell and Murphy are really starting to take over the game here.
Purcell looking for goal number 3 this afternoon, on its way. Everyone likes it, and so does the goal umpire. So goal number 3 for Jack Purcell today, and Donvale increase that margin now on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And
probably some worrying signs for Whitehorse, but some really good signs for Donvale. Liardi's getting the ball out in space, and he's able to use his foot skills to advantage. Purcell's just starting to get a little bit open, a little bit more free, and find a bit more space in that forward line, and he is really damaging when he does have the ball in hand. So Whitehorse need to tighten the screws up a little bit on that, and Donvale just want to keep doing what they're doing right now.
Great strength by Purcell. He's won a couple of marking contests today, just leading his opponent to the ball, holding and fending him off with one arm and taking the mark with the other. We're back in the middle. Tap one by Duclos, forced to ground level. A couple of good tackles affected there. Amongst them, of course, for Donvale was Dillon. We'll have a secondary bounce in the middle.
I'll tell you what, I reckon Donvale have done an excellent job negotiating Maverick lead this afternoon in the midfield.
Indeed, we haven't seen much of him. Duclos won the tackle. Good tackle. That was a bone-crunching tackle affected. And Donvale gained the recipient in the turnover. Hand pass comes out from Wignall. At centre half back, the Vales trying to work it forward, but Whitehorse through the arms of Batako can halt that play, and they win the free kick. It was Batako at the bottom of the pack who was caught high. He'll take the free kick, of course, of the Nicholas variety, and a 25-metre penalty to boot, so that will put him within range and a shot on goal from about 45 metres out.
You say Batako, I say Batako, Damo.
Tomato, tomato.
You say LaCroix, I say Lacrasse.
Go to America, Brash.
Nicholas Batako booting it from 45 metres out, almost directly in front. It started right and stayed there, so only a minor score. But Whitehorse move on to 2-4-16. They're trailing Donvale 10-9-69 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And we're halfway through this third quarter.
They just can't miss those opportunities, the Whitehorse Pioneers. They've really got to take every opportunity that comes their way, and that's a bad miss. As the ball is sent out towards Dillon. Oh, beautiful mark coming across there and taking it was Cotsford, Hayden Cotsford. Sends it long, but there's plenty of Whitehorse Pioneers players there, and it's picked up by Ryan. Ryan gets it forward. Good mark taken on a quick transfer. There's great play by Whitehorse here as they finally get something going.
Too slow.
But it's been hacked away and it's been knocked and cut off beautifully by Donvale. And they'll work it out once again. Another dangerous opportunity as they burst through the middle. Donvale in great transition, something that we haven't seen from the Whitehorse Pioneers in this match. And the long kick forward is looking for Purcell. Murphy it is actually. And what have we got?
I reckon he was definitely off there. Tell you what, the umpire was very lucky.
Oh, what's he done?
Let's just have a look and see what happened here.
Well, in the
Murphy,
meantime,
he was a little trip, I think.
Yeah.
he's kicked it to Liardi in the meantime, and he'll have a shot on goal. Let's head boundary side.
Yeah, just off the ball before, guys. I think a couple of boys got away with it. The Horse, Clydesdale and Bob Marley were going at it on centre wing before. They just got away with the umpire, let it go. So Clydesdale was lucky there. He could have been sent off.
And he was lucky.
So it's Matt Liardi who lines it up. He's on the right boot. He kicks into the player on the mark. That's a shocking kick, and it's going to be the Whitehorse Pioneers who will hopefully get themselves out of, in fact, they don't get themselves out of trouble, and it's going to be wrapped up, and that danger's certainly not passed for the Whitehorse Pioneers. But it's a shocking kick there from Liardi. Would have expected to do better on that occasion.
I think Clydesdale was just remonstrating with the unwanted tackle and high contact from Dylan a little earlier, so I think that's what that'll
Up
start
it goes.
from.
Dylan gets good body work, and he gets the hit out as the ball bop.
He's angry.
Greycott goes in there and forces the ball up once again, inside 50. Plenty of feeling still in this game. The Whitehorse Pioneers trying to make a bit of a statement despite the fact that they're so far behind on the scoreboard. The ball goes up once again, and it's Duclos, gets to the front spot, the tap down, but not a concisive hit out there. And once again, we'll have a ball up.
I'm just sitting here thinking there's still a few really good players to come into this Donvale side, and if this is 1v2, it's looking very, very ominous.
Well, you've got to remember no Matty Fife today, and also Carl Toast, who's out of this team as well. Two very good players, and Matty hopefully will, from his course, will be back next week. He was hoping to play today, but still having some problems with a knee, as he said to me before the game. Old man's knee, so I'm sure he'll be back though. The ripe old age of 30, as it's Duclos who sends the ball down the line. Mark not taken, it's bobbling around once again as chased forward and hacked off the ground. It's probably going to go out of bounds over there, but no, chasing back well and getting to it was Batako. And Batako taking a very heavy tackle. He had someone just dive on him over there, and that was Sutherland, Chris Sutherland. Good strong tackle, but it's a free kick by the looks to Batako.
And a 25-metre penalty to boot.
We should say Damien Batako, of course, because there are two Batakos.
Copped a heavy knock in the back, didn't he? Let's head boundary side.
Potato, potato, whichever way you want it. That was a magnificent second effort here as Whitehorse going forward. Let's hope they can get a goal out of this one.
I thought you were going to take up the commentary there, BWS. Clydesdale now as the ball comes out, but it's Donvale who are back in possession. Just that reflex action. Looking around for the option, but they decide to go down the line. And a good mark taken there by Greycott. He's been fair. He's had a fair game, Greycott, too, as he turns around, looks for the next option, goes onto the left boot, sends it forward. Oh, mark, beautiful intercept mark taken there by Jess Hockey. Now sends it across, decides to go right across the ground, and they've got a bit of space here, Whitehorse. It's Farley, Brad Farley, players screaming for the ball as Farley puts it forward, and that's a good mark taken there by Ward. Mitch Ward, a little short kick coming in. Can he hit a target? No,
too many numbers.
Poor kick there and easily cut off. And just too many numbers for the Donvale side, and it's Matty Sutherland who has possession, but that's such a good kick.
Good mark.
Beautiful mark taken over there, and that's Wignall.
They've done what they've done really well is they've taken Padbury's space all afternoon in that forward 50.
If we had a prize for the quietest man in the ground, Padbury might almost win it. He's been absolutely just anonymous this afternoon. As the kick goes inside 50, Murphy's there, but he wasn't at the front spot, but he robes it off the tap, and he should kick, and he's missed again. Nicholas Murphy, I tell you what, he could have had 10 this afternoon, but he's missed a very, very kickable opportunity. Just waiting for the umpire to give us the all.
It's a minus score.
It is a minus score.
It was a behind.
It was a behind indeed. That's a shocking miss from Murphy.
So Ryan to bring it back in for the Pioneers, sends a long ball down the corridor. And a good mark taken in the air. It's very hard to judge the ball in this win, but it was a great effort from Travascus. Kicks across the line towards the western wing. Mark taken by Blythman. There was a bit of a helicopter off the boot as Shank as it dribbles across the line on the western wing here at Donvale Reserve. Donvale, the home side, leading by 54 points, 10-10-70 to Whitehorse 2-4-16. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, whether you may be listening or viewing, whether it be Radio Eastern 98.1 FM or streaming live on efl.org.au.
Around the world.
Yes. We had a viewer from the Greek islands last week. I think you'll be viewing from the US, won't you, Brash?
Oh, most definitely.
If you get bored over there.
Texting madly, no doubt. Telling us all how to do it.
Could do around the ground scores from the Major League Baseball, Brash. As the throw-in comes in, Dylan wins the tap. Forced to ground level.
Yeah, I'll be sitting in the bleachers.
In the third tier, Damien Matako over the top of the football. Will have a bounce once again. 65 out from the Whitehorse goal. They've been improving in this term, but Donvale still asserting their dominance on this game. Dylan wins the tap once again. It's been an intriguing duel between he and, of course, James Duclos. Ball in dispute. Eventually the hand pass comes out from Ward towards the boundary line, and it trickles over once again. 65 out from the Whitehorse goal. A bit stagnant and pedestrian in the last few minutes this game.
The intensity has lifted though a little bit, I feel. Both teams.
So the throw in, it's Dylan and Duclos who go at it. Duclos got the tap. They've given it everything in this quarter, Whitehorse Pioneers, and they've had a real crack, but unfortunately the scoreboard's just against them. And we just go boundary because there's something going on the half forward. Boys, what's happening?
Dylan is out with a vengeance, mate. He is looking to hit anyone and anything in his way at the moment.
Someone must have pulled his hair.
We know it's not a wig then if they've pulled his hair because it's still on. As the ball is shown, and again it's Dylan and Duclos. They love loss, but it's Dylan who gets the tap, but over the top there was Tippett. Almost got hands on the ball, but it's gone to ground, and I think the two big ruckmen are going to come into play again once again. In fact, it's a free kick.
No, it's a ball up.
It is a ball up, all right. Up it goes. There's the tap down. Well, bursting out of the pack there was that Travascus, Jordan Travascus, but into the contested situation once again, and we'll have a ball up. He looks a bit angry, Dylan, doesn't he, just looking at his face? Looks like a man possessed at the moment. The tap comes down. Back into the contest again, and we've just got a stump. It's about the fourth ball up in almost the same part of the ground in the last 30 seconds. Come on, boys, get it out. As the goes up again. It's Duclos who gets a tap over the back. Probably a little bit of good fortune that it came out in the end, but it's fallen for the Whitehorse Pioneers, and I think they've got a free kick there. And they do, so they'll have an opportunity to work something. It's Travascus. Jordan Travascus, he goes long off the right boot, hoping. It's not a great kick though, just kicking and hoping, really not really to a target. Nice work there by Mitch Ward. As a little short kick comes in there, but that's a terrible kick, and once again it's just cut off.
Ordinary.
Just ordinary play it is from the Whitehorse Pioneers. No targets picked out. Kick comes out towards Grocott. Oh, beautiful mark coming across there beautifully, and taking it was Thorne. Haven't called his name too many times today, Charles Thorne, but he's got an opportunity to make a name for himself. Goes inside with a short kick. Picks out Connell. Thomas Connell going across the ground rather than forward. Mark taken there by Hockey. Jess Hockey. Another short kick as they go towards the pocket, but that's a pretty ordinary kick, to be honest. And it's going to fall for the Donvale side, and they will bring it out of defence once again. It was promising for the Whitehorse Pioneers, but it just broke down, and now Donvale have an opportunity, and they'll switch it across to that far side where they've had quite a lot of room. In fact, they bring it back to the near side in the end with a kick towards the boundary line.
That was a bit of arrogance there, I thought, by Donvale. They didn't really look like that they wanted to push the ball forward. They just wanted to hold possession there, and then they paid the penalty for an errant kick.
Yeah, probably might have been better to bring it out to that fat side like they were looking to do, but they switched it back to the near side and it broke down for them. So, Whitehorse Pioneers, it's a scrubby old kick. It's bobbling around there, taken by Glebe Mav. Glebe probably not the greatest of games for him today. He's a pretty good player, but he hasn't had his best day.
He's been well held in the midfield.
He has Travaskis, I think. Oh, I tell you what, it's on over there. I think it's Travaskis, and I'm just trying to see who the Donvale player is going in there and playing enforcer with Sam Coughlin.
Gee, there's no love lost between these two sides, especially when one's 54 points down.
As I say, Whitehorse trying to make a bit of a statement.
So the Vales can move it long towards the forward pocket. Duclos flew high. Coughlin affected the spoil. It forced to ground level. A couple of Pioneers on top of it, including Hunter. Forced to ground level. Coughlin again retrieves the footy. It's the hand pass back to his teammate Evrosa. He tried to evade a couple of tackles, but to no avail. It was a Whitehorse free kick. The siren's gone in any case for three-quarter time. At Donvale, certainly asserting their authority in Division 4 this afternoon. They're 10-10-70, leading Whitehorse 2-4-16 at the final change of this Division 4 top of the table clash. We hope you can stick around for the final term, including some very important around-the-ground scores at the EFL Score Centre. More to come on EFL Game Day.
How would you like to